Hello everyone, and welcome to our 5-part series about innovating to evolve. Today is part 3, and we're going to be talking about digital transformation. Now, digital transformation is a topic which I profess to know a degree of information about, but I will certainly leave the specifics of it to subject matter experts. The particular angle which I would like to take on digital transformation today is the communication strategies that people can implement around this particular experience so that that innovation truly does lead to evolution across the business. So something that I have been really privileged to be part of is assisting within creating internal and external communications which assist people in transitioning from a state that they may be in now with the particular digital platforms they use and digital systems to where it is that they want to be. So these internal communications are critical. What they do is they take people along a change management journey. Now, everyone has a different starting place with their use of technology and the degree at which they are willing to adopt new styles and new types of digital products as well. So what's really important as a team leader to be very clear on what people's appetites are for actually adopting change in general, and then specifically digital change. Are there certain people within the business that could really benefit from having a few sessions in terms of overviews of what this new technology can do to benefit them, how it is that their current workflow will change or remain the same, so that in this process they feel comfortable and trusting that the outcome of this digital transformation is going to be for the benefit of themselves and the business as a whole. So digital transformation and internal and external communications. So as I mentioned, I've had the privilege of working with businesses so that they can actually manage and monitor people's responses to their digital transformation, and then are able to measure how it is that the business has evolved and what new opportunities have become available with this digital transformation, whether these be data insights, whether it be a greater effectiveness of leveraging the expertise within current team skill sets, whether it be a reduction of volume of communication, but an increase in quality of communication. So when I look at these internal communications is often what I start with as a strategy. Being a copywriter and also, of course, grant researcher and writer, it's important to think about how it is that the information would be received. What is the current style of communication that that business has adopted? And it's important to maintain that flow. The reason being, if you're implementing change and then you change the style of communication, that level of change may not sit very well with particular people who will be in the process of adopting that change and then really demonstrating it in their work processes. So with internal communications, it's a matter of thinking about what would be the most effective timeline for the release of that information, and how much detail about that digital transformation should be released. For example, for a business that's core focus is already technology, then the release of information is going to be far more smooth and also be communicated with people who already have quite a sophisticated sense of what that particular digital transformation could be for them. For a business that has previously been involved in far more manual processes and maybe hasn't even used technology almost whatsoever, the change journey is going to be longer and potentially more challenging. It really comes down to how inspired people are to adopt that change, how well they are led through the process, and how clearly and effectively the tools are given to them to have the information needed and the training, and then the support after it's been implemented in order to really cement those particular workplace products, software, services, whatever that digital transformation looks like. So going back to the communications. So one thing that's very important to not forget is that external communications are very necessary. So when a business is undergoing any major change that may affect the way in which they relate and work with, for example, their client bases, it could be their suppliers, it could be the broader public, their perception, or a whole range of other different stakeholders. It's important to think about, will that digital transformation influence and or change the way in which you interact with any of these stakeholders? If the answer is yes, then that is going to be a critical component of those external communications. So with external communications, it's a matter of customizing each of those communications to suit that particular audience segment. My recommendation with these external communications is always to consider 3 to 4 core points that you want to communicate in those external communications, whether they be press releases, letters that are sent directly to your clients or suppliers or your customers even, and considering what are the 3 or 4 core pieces of information that they need to know. Now, this can be around the time frame of the implementation of this digital transformation. What are going to be the core changes of the way in which they interact with the business? How it is that they can positively contribute to and influence the digital transformation journey, if at all. And also, who are their key points of contact if they were to have any further questions? If these particular stakeholders are brought into the process and have that sense of ownership and therefore contribution, then this digital transformation journey is not only assisted from the business from within, but also externally there is assistance, there is acceptance, and therefore there is an evolution of that style of relationship. So as you can see with digital transformation, there is so much more than implementing a software. There is the process by which everybody who is using that software comes to appreciate it, understand it, master it, and then become champions of using it. I'm really keen to hear if you have ever undergone a digital transformation. Have you implemented a new ERP system? Have you implemented a new workflow progress tracking system? Or is there something in your business you've implemented that is of a similar scale to those 2 different implementations I just mentioned? I'm keen to hear your comments below, and I wish you all the best and every success. Take care. Thank you for joining us to uplevel your business, skills, and knowledge. Click the links below and subscribe to the Clarified Solutions social media platforms to receive regular updates. Weekly resources will be provided along with gifts to assist you in your journey in upleveling your business expertise and confidence. We look forward to continuing to support you in your journey as you become the leaders and the business experts you wish to be.